Global job change. Starting with the hidden job, Lord of the Death Chapter 9, difficulty choice. Liu Yan was stunned for a moment, but he did not expect that the 2 basic skills were actually upgraded. Skull Elite, Level 0, summon 2 Skeleton Elites to fight for you, Skeleton Elite attributes, Strength, 12, Constitution, 16, Agility, 6, Intelligence, 0. Skull Elites die in battle and enter a cooldown, the cooling time is 5 minutes. Undead Rage, Level 0, enhances the control of all attributes of undead creatures, instantly doubles it for 30 seconds, and increases the movement speed of charging undead creatures by 30%. The cooling time is 3 minutes. Looking at the 2 brand new skills, Liu Yan's eyes showed a hint of surprise. The Skeleton Soldier has become a Skeleton Elite. Although the intelligence has not increased, the other 3 attributes have been improved, especially the physique, which has reached 16 and can be used as a meat shield. And the Undead Fury is even more perverted, it can double the attributes of all the undead creatures it controls, and increase its movement speed by 30%. The movement speed of undead creatures is relatively slow. Although it only increases the movement speed by 30%, it is a great improvement for undead creatures. Although Undead Rage can only last for 30 seconds, it is definitely a perverted skill that can play a great role at critical times. Liu Yan excitedly waved the wooden staff in his hand and returned to the playground, waiting for the start of the college entrance examination. At 10 o'clock in the morning, the secret realm in the center of the playground emitted a ray of light, which directly covered all the examinees. The secret mirror information of this assessment instantly appeared in everyone's mind. Secret realm, Undead Swamp, level, 0 to 10, difficulty, easy, hard, nightmare. Clearance conditions, kill the undead creatures in the Undead Swamp. The kill of each undead creature is counted as points, and the clearance time is also counted as points. Please consider the balance between killing the undead creatures and the clearance time. After the customs clearance, the assessment is over, and the score is based on killing undead creatures and customs clearance time. Special reminder, the higher the difficulty of entering the game, the higher the score for killing undead creatures and customs clearance time. The rules are very simple, kill the undead creatures and clear the dungeon. The more undead creatures you kill, the faster the clearance speed, the better. As for the score consideration between difficulty, as well as the ratio of the number of killed undead creatures and the time to clear the customs, all are divided by authoritative people. After the final review, they will be announced in the form of points to ensure fairness and justice. Damn it, the Swamp of the Dead? Who is the examiner who asked the question this year? He asked such a wrong question. Yes, although there are a lot of undead creatures in the wild, they move slowly and can be avoided, so everyone's understanding of undead creatures is not very deep. Now it's worth seeing. I remember that the undead swamp in the secret mirror was introduced in the textbook, but it was in a relatively remote place, and there was very little information recorded. In this case, it will test the examinee's ability to adapt to changes. The surrounding teachers and the students in the 1st and 2nd grades of high school also saw the information of the assessment, and they started talking about it. Liu Yan was overjoyed. Swamp of the Undead. In other words, what he has to face is the undead creature. Then his innate skill, Undead Stun, can come into play. Innate skill, Undead Deterrence. As the undead monarch, all undead will fear your power, and when facing you, their attack and defense will be reduced by 50%. Liu Yan was very excited when he saw the introduction of Undead Shock. All undead creatures will reduce their attack defense by 50%. This is a very powerful effect, enough to almost double the speed of Liu Yan's customs clearance. That being the case, Liu Yan pondered for a while, then chose the difficulty and entered the secret mirror. The candidates around also chose the difficulty one after another, and the light that enveloped them instantly disappeared into the simple bronze mirror in front of them, disappearing with their bodies. When a candidate enters the secret realm, it means that the college entrance examination begins, and the time for entering the independent secret realm will start. In the center of the playground, the examiner in charge of the college entrance examination order waved his hand, and a huge curtain appeared in the center of the playground. The small screens above showed the scenes of each candidate in the secret realm. I don't know how fast our school can pass the customs this time. I remember that last year's fastest customs clearance was 20 to 50 seconds on normal difficulty. Although the clearance speed is important, the number of undead creatures killed is also very important. If the clearance speed is fast, but the number of undead creatures killed is too small, the points will not be too many. You have all forgotten that the difficulty selection is the most important thing. The difficulty of killing undead creatures and the time points for clearing the level is far more than that of ordinary difficulty. Yeah, it happened in previous years that I was very strong, and I chose normal difficulty. The time to kill monsters and clear the level was very short, but the final result was not as good as the candidates who chose nightmare difficulty. Choosing nightmare difficulty is equivalent to gambling. After all, nightmare difficulty is not something that everyone can pass. Once you don't pass the level, even if you kill more monsters, your points will be very low. The most important condition for obtaining high scores is just to clear customs. reading www.wuxiaworld.com. That's right, even the teacher told me that even the stronger candidates would choose the most difficult level, and only the top ones would choose the nightmare level. Fuck, look, someone has chosen nightmare difficulty. Just when everyone around was discussing, an exclamation sounded, causing everyone's eyes to turn away. That's Zhou Xinghao, right? I remember that his family is very wealthy, and he has qi and blood supplements every day, and there is a special private trainer at home to train him to fight. And his previous assessment results were among the best. His fighting profession is a fighter. It is estimated that there are also essential supplements to improve his physical attributes in the past few days. It is quite normal to choose the nightmare level. Even so, the probability of him passing the nightmare level is only about 2/3. If he can't pass the level, he will be a fool. The probability of 2/3 seems to be quite high, but after all, this is the college entrance examination. Once an accident occurs, it will have a great impact on the future. And at this moment, another exclamation sounded, and it sounded like a scream. Fuck, what did I see? Mage. Some mage chose nightmare difficulty. In an instant, everyone's eyes slid over. After all, the mage's body is very fragile, and it is difficult to clear the level on nightmare difficulty. Among the candidates in Linan City, there are probably no more than 5 wizards who dare to choose nightmare difficulty, let alone their 4th high school. Everyone's eyes fell on a mirror image on the curtain in front. Under the mirror image, the candidate's information is written. Candidate, Liu Yan, occupation, necromancer, choose difficulty, nightmare,